welcome back to the Spindown. This is High Ground MTG, Spiny Mouse, and Kai Guy, coming to you to talk about the thing we love so much, Magic the Gathering.
That's right. We're talking about Magic the Gathering. Sorry to cut you off. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say we're super excited to bring you some news about some new previews. But
right.
Of course, first off, we wanted to just say a huge thank you. We recently hit 100 subscribers, which just still blows me away.
Yeah, when we started this channel, it was like, let's just do it for fun.
Yep.
And now we're at 100 plus subscribers.
Yep.
It honestly keeps us going. It's super fun. We love interacting with you. If you've subscribed, thank you so much for watching our content. We appreciate it.
We love the comments. Love to see that people are watching it and have comments, right. And point out all of our various mistakes. And
that's true. We are definitely casual spikes to a T. So we like being competitive, but we also are human and make tons of mistakes.
And we're trying to record. It's different when you're trying to record.
It's true. Yeah, it's very. Oh my gosh. Anyways, how are you tonight, Spiny Mouse?
Doing all right. Just hanging out at home as you should, and sitting sweltering in this heat, dying a little bit from that. But other than that, it's all right. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. Just trucking along, trying to enjoy life and play a little bit of Magic. Just got done recording my Eldrazi Tron video.
That's right. If you haven't checked it out, do it now.
Take a look. That's right.
I'll put a thing up here, maybe.
This video. Yeah, link somewhere in this annotation. Anyways, well, tonight we want to talk about Double Masters. That's the big and the impact that it's going to have on Modern, specifically in terms of reprints.
All the buzz right now.
Yeah. So why don't we just jump into that? So my hot take on it is that we should just call this Tron Masters.
Seriously, what?
I've been going through all of the reprints, and we've got Wormcoil Engine, we've got Karn Liberated, we've got Expedition Map, Chromatic Star, all the Tron lands, Walking Ballista, Oblivion Stone, Trinisphere, Ensnaring Bridge. Not to mention that Ugin was just printed in M21, and Chromatic Sphere was just printed in Jumpstart. I think that if you have been thinking about buying a competitive deck, Tron is a good place to start. You don't necessarily have to have fetch lands for that. Reprints are going to lower the prices.
It's true.
Great deck to get into.
So on the flip side, get your Damping Spheres now, because Tron's about to be everywhere. Man,
I'm super stoked. I'm as you know, I'm obviously a huge fan of the modern frames. So getting lands and getting the spheres and stars in a modern frame, I'm super jazzed about. And I'll probably try to get my hands on box topper maps. And I'm still kind of don't know where I'm landing on the new Karn art. I may or may not. May or may not decide to.
It's unique. It's unique.
Yes, very, very unique. Anyway, so what reprints are you excited for?
I have to say I'm probably most excited about the Stoneforge Mystic package that we're getting. I kind of love that in this master set they really do seem to be packaging things together. We have the Tron package, that we have the Stoneforge Mystic package. So we're getting Stoneforge Mystic itself, which it's getting a sweet reprint or re-art. Not re-art. Words.
Yeah,
it's getting a new art, box topper art. Looks amazing. We're getting Batterskull. We're getting Fire and Ice. We're getting War and Peace. We're getting the black green one. That is escaping my name. Feast and Famine. Thank you. Yeah. So we're getting the whole package, which is great because if you tried to buy that package kind of before this reprint, it was actually really expensive. Like Stoneforge itself was only like I think $10 a piece for a while there. I don't know what they are now, but for a while they were like $10 a piece, which isn't terrible. But then like to get all the swords and to get the Batterskull, like you're looking at like $80 to $100 just to get that package.
Right.
And so this should really bring the price down a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that we see some more Stoneforge decks with. I think it's a pretty fair card, especially when they unbanned it. So.
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping that we see an increase in Stoneforge decks. But yeah, I think the new art is super sweet on a lot of the swords. Fire and Ice and Feast and Famine, especially, like probably the two best swords in the cycle. The box topper art is really slick. Check it out if you haven't. Super, super, super cool. Yeah. What else is coming out in Double Masters that affects us modern players?
We can skip this one. We can skip this one, Kyle. We don't have to talk about this.
No, Blood Moon is getting the box topper treatment. Incredible art by Jim Pavelek. Follow him on Twitter at Jim_Pavelek. This Blood Moon art is incredible. It's just I feel like it's so evocative of what Blood Moon is. Just a giant mountain, red oozing blacks, just the color palette, just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I saw Saffron Olive tweet that you can full tilt somebody now by playing 4 different versions of Blood Moon.
I mean, if you're gonna play Blood Moon, I think you have to, right? Like you just have to play one of every edition.
Super, super amazing art. I'm glad it's getting the box topper treatment. I'm glad we're seeing Wizards support artists and getting new commissions on things.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What else?
So we also in kind of the red section, we get the Goblin Guide. Goblin Guide is getting a reprint as well. Also new art. Looks pretty sweet. I believe they brought back the artist that had done one previously, just to kind of give it an update, which looks really cool.
I like the flavor, and it's like the map's on the head, and he's just sort of confused. Like,
it's like it's Zendikar. There's maps don't do you any good.
Everything's changing all the time.
Anyways. So, also getting another package is we're getting Death's Shadow and Mistress Bauble, which are often played together. I'm
super, super jazzed that we were getting a Mistress Bauble reprint.
Yeah, that's needed a reprint for a while.
Well, yeah, I'm hoping though too is that with Double Masters dropping, that this drops the price of the Moto version, because the Moto version is like $18, $20 for. Ever since Luris was printed, it got a super, super high spike. Because obviously Luris and Mistress Bauble are best friends, and it's super fun to be playing that.
Yep.
I'm hoping that it drops the prices of baubles down, so more people can play with that. I would love to be able to play Grixis Death Shadow. I think that would be a super fun deck to play and for the channel. But baubles are a little pricey, and those are a modern staple. So nice to see that they're getting a reprint and at the uncommon level slot. Maybe it's kind of. Either way, super jazzed.
For sure. We got Jace, the Mind Sculptor, coming in. It's been a while since we've had a Jace reprint.
I think A25 Masters 25 was the last Jace reprint. This one also is getting the box topper treatment. Though it's not getting new art, so it's just kind of like.
Kind of wish they I kind of wish they just replaced the art. I kept the same card and everything, but replaced the art with the with Hot Jace. I think that would have been hilarious.
We might be seeing Hot Jace again if any of the Zendikar Rising.
That's true.
Looks like he's swinging on vines from what I've seen in the promo art. So that'd be very interesting.
That's all an illusion. It's all an illusion.
Yeah, some other key cards. Thoughtseize.
Which definitely needs a reprint.
Yeah, the box topper art is incredible. It's like a fairy ripping a puzzle piece out of someone's head.
Oh, that's amazing.
Super fun. Ad Nauseam, I think, is getting its first reprint ever. So
is it? Oh man!
For all of you Ad Nauseam players out there, have at it. I guess
I've ran into Ad Nauseam a couple times, kind of recording for the channel and stuff. It's a deck that exists out there.
I mean. It's out there for sure.
Yeah.
Some other really notable Noble Hierarch is coming back. That's still what is that? What is that? Like a $30 card in paper?
Yeah, it's expensive still.
still pretty pricey. So nice to see that nobles are coming back. Remember when that card was like $100? Something like ludicrous
back
price.
when like humans was ridiculous. Top of the meta.
Super hotness. Yeah, absolutely insane.
Speaking of humans, we're also getting meddling mage, which
that's
is
right.
Which not a super expensive one, but definitely hasn't been reprinted in a while. Fun to see.
I think it was a Valara, and the box top art looks really slick.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Avatar-ish vibes.
Absolutely. We're also getting, for you Gen players, we're getting Fatal Push and Dark Confidant. So that's pretty exciting. Again, not a lot of reprints for those either. Fatal Push obviously is kind of a more recent card, but still it's kind of nice to have another reprint.
Yeah, and then they have the box top art. I mean, Fatal Push was going to be one of those weird reprints, like where exactly are you going to put it? So it's nice to see that they kind of, not necessarily hurried, but like put it in a set pretty recent to Kaladesh, and we didn't have to wait too long. The box top art is really cool too, because you kind of see the flip side of it. Like you're looking. It took me a while to figure out what I was looking at. I was like, you're looking up at the person.
Who's falling. Yeah, because they've been pushed. I do like how there's like no Fatal Push art that features an actual push. I do find that.
I mean, yeah, that is true.
Like there's the one that's like kind of close. Yeah, there's like a promo art that's like kind of close. I don't remember exactly what it looks like, but it's still kind of like,
it's like somebody falling like hands down, like in like into gears and stuff, like total Kaladeshi vibes.
Oh, absolutely.
But
couple removal artifacts in engineered explosives and ratchet bomb. Kind of surprising to see those both coming out together, but that is kind of cool because those are also kind of can be spendier cards. At least engineered explosive was for a while, and about ratchet bomb.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it is. I'm not sure if it is anymore. I just actually saw today too that Fulminator Mage also got spoiled. Yeah, so it looks like a lot of different archetypes are going to be benefiting from double masters. If you're thinking about jumping into paper, like I said, Tron's definitely you should probably pick up your cards. Stoneforge package, definitely pick those up, and any other kind of other staples that you want. So always a good reminder, always a good way to look at these supplement sets is that it's things are on sale for a little while.
Yeah, and they may not stabilize there. They may go back up because demand is still high.
I feel like they always inevitably go back up. That's kind of how I looked at Modern Masters 3.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, Jund is on sale. Buy into Jund. And the fetch lands are on sale.
Yeah.
Buy fetch lands. I think I got Scalding Tarns and they're still like $50, but I was like, I need them. So, if there's a price dip and you've had your eye on a certain card, highly recommend getting what you want. So,
for sure.
The only thing that we need now is confirmation that they're going to reprint Ancient Strings.
No, you don't need it.
Tron.
You don't need it. Well, I guess you kind of still need the cat in paper. They don't have that one in paper yet, so maybe we'll get that finally.
Please reprint the kitty cat, Ancient Strings. Definitely my favorite one.
Yeah. So I think that's it for reprints. As far as like kind of big modern things, we'll kind of
absolutely
try to keep up to date on those. But yeah, lots of good stuff, lots of expensive stuff too. So happy about that.
Yeah, hopefully you weren't trying to sell your cards amidst all of this. Otherwise, you're looking at a little bit of a
loss.
Tank. Yep. Yeah, a little bit of a loss. So those are our thoughts on Double Masters. We're pretty excited for certain cards and kind of about other cards. So let's roll into our next topic. We're talking about we're playing decks, obviously. We're playing the new meta without Arkham's Astrolabe, and I'm just kind of curious, Spiny Mouse, any kind of decks that you're running into, anything that players should be on the lookout for?
I think Burn has definitely been on the rise, and there's a couple different like variations of it. So there's just there's the traditional like Boros Burn, which is definitely still out there and still pretty strong. But I've also seen like we've got the Is It Blitz happening. I think you ran into like the Jund version of the Blitz stack.
That was
in your
really
recent video. So like people are still trying to figure out if Luris is really good still, and I'd say it probably still is. You know, not backbreaking, but still pretty good if you can get around that restriction. So definitely be packing your life gain or other things that can help you kind of deal with that super aggro. Super aggro.
Yeah, I'd say if you're playing white, Leyline of Sanctity is probably not a bad idea to pick up. And speaking of white, mono white token seems to be on the rise.
Yes.
You recently faced off against one of the Dive Down members.
I did.
I can't remember. How did you do when he was on tokens?
I'm trying to remember. I think I lost. I think I did lose.
Yeah, that deck seems to be the real deal. I've been messing around with a version over here, so you may or may not see that coming down the channel here pretty soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically it's just, you know, you're getting so much value off of like being able to cast 2-for-1s, you know,
all day long. Well, I think that deck is not done evolving. Like I recently played a deck on the channel, Vito Sisters, and it was kind of had a bit of a token sub theme. And so I think there's something there too, where you can kind of like, you know, Soul Sisters has always been a deck, so maybe like, you know, having all these tokens, you know, pushes over the edge, or maybe you cut the Soul Sisters entirely and you just go straight up tokens. I do think black is going to be a good color to add into that deck. I think you get some really cool pieces. Like Bitter Blossom is a real thing.
Bitter Blossom in that deck would be worth splashing black for alone.
Yeah.
Bitter Blossom and Lingering Souls.
Yeah. I can't remember what's the artifact making one that they play. It's 2 mana, make 2 1/1s. They're artifact creatures, whatever it is.
The Servo Exhibition.
From Kaladesh. Yeah. Like that card can't be better than Bitter Blossom.
Bitter Blossom. I definitely think that. Like I said, I'm playing around with it. I may or may not try. I think if you have Bitter Blossom, you just need to find a way to like stem out like losing life, or maybe you just don't care because you're just. I have noticed that the deck's weakness seems to be it's a little slow to get going, and then it just snowballs.
Oh yeah. If you don't take care of it quickly, you will die.
Yeah, and enchantment hate is real. Like if you're packing enchantment hate too, because if your opponent's just making piddly 1/1s, like
well, I think we'll see a lot more wraths popping up more than just like spot removal. Like if this deck becomes a real thing.
I played against a deck and they played Damnation against me.
Me too. I ran into a Damnation the other day.
Like I haven't seen this card in how many years? Forever.
My video that should be coming out the next day or two. I ran into a deck and they were playing Damnation, and it was funny too because they had a bunch of snowlands. And so I almost named. I played a Meddling Mage, and I almost named the Snow Wrath because I was like, oh, maybe they're gonna play that, and then they just like next turn they Damnation. I'm like, okay, well, fine.
Speaking of snow control decks, I wonder have you seen any of those in any of your matches?
Yeah. So that deck that I played against was a snow control deck. It was Sultai, which was interesting. Which was I was expecting the Snow Wrath. Dead of Winter.
Are they still playing? And they're still playing Euro in those, right?
They had a couple Euro. So the deck's idea seemed to be you had Euro as one of your win conditions, and then they just literally drew their entire deck. I think at the end of the game they had like 5 cards left in their deck. And then they loop Nexus of Fate.
Oh, so they're kind of porting over the Team of Reclamation deck.
A little bit. It's just like card draw. And then now I take infinite turns. I have a Euro, so I'm gonna kill you. And because Nexus shuffles back into their deck, they don't have to worry about decking themselves. They're playing Jace. It's
I definitely think that if you're playing modern, having graveyard hate's super important right now. Rest in peace if you're on white, or get your relics. Like even Relic of Progenitus is really good, or Grafdigger's Cage.
But honestly, like if your mana base is not too greedy, like throw into Scavenger Grounds. Like I love that card. Like it just sneakily gets people, especially because most people don't pay attention to your lands, and so they just play out into it.
I just played Scavenger Grounds in my Eldrazi Tron video, and one of my opponents swung in with a Glyph, and I don't know if they realized, and it was pretty big.
Yeah.
I don't know if they realized I had a Scavenger Grounds, and I cracked it, and then they got me for 0. So that felt pretty good. It was like it was me trying to stall out the game long enough, but that seemed to work. Speaking of Eldrazi Tron, that deck is wrecking everywhere. I just played it on the channel, and I went 5-0, spoilers. But yeah, that deck has a lot of resiliency, and I think Maze Mind Tome is a huge get for that deck.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I had like really revealed my thoughts on it, but that card is super good in that deck. Being able to sculpt your hand, because before I cut all the Mind Stones that you would normally play in that deck, and I put in the tomes, and being able to scry at the end of your opponent's turn, and then eventually be able to draw cards. It's just so good. It's just so good to be able to do that and kind of throw away dead cards, because either you're drawing dead lands or like you're getting to your threats. And it really did a lot of work, and I was really happy with it. Also tried another flex card in the deck, Bonder's Enclave. I don't know if you remember what that does. That's that land for Mycoria. If you control a power of a creature with power 4 or greater, you can pay 3 and tap it and draw a card. That one's pretty good as just kind of a utility land. So I've been pretty impressed with Etron. So I mean, I don't really know what you're supposed to do against Eldrazi Tron. I guess just be faster, but I was dropping Reality Smasher turn 3 a lot, that card just
bring in your Damping Spheres, bring in your Artifact Hate. So I did notice you're running a lot of artifacts.
I mean, Artifact Hate is definitely important against a normal Tron deck. I'm not as convinced that it's as important against Eldrazi Tron. Like, you're shutting off their Chalice, but other than that, like,
well, I think it depends on which ones you're bringing in. Like I don't think you'd want to bring in Nature's Claim necessarily. Well, maybe you would, because you've got Bridge. I guess it kind of depends on your deck. Like, if you're a creature style deck, then having Nature's Claim or some other thing where you can get rid of Bridge is going to be important, obviously.
I highly recommend people pick up Force of Vigor, the free green. You can destroy a target artifact or enchantment.
I don't know. The thing's just never found a home.
I know. I played it in Bogles. Super nice. Somebody got me. I was playing a game, and somebody got me. I think I was playing the mono whites list, and they got me, and they wiped out like 2 of my enchantments.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, I'm dead. So if tokens that rely heavily on enchantments and Eldrazi Tron, and other artifact kind of controlled decks, start creeping up, I think Force of Vigor is going to be a pretty good card, especially if you lean heavily in green. So
I think it'll probably depend on how big this Hardened Scales deck gets. Like, if that continues to be a thing, then maybe that becomes worth it. Because it requires 2 artifacts. Like, you can't just target 1. I think that's the hardest.
No, I think you can target 1. I think it's up to 2.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was only.
Leave your comments down below, because
because why use Google when you have comments. All right, let's talk about Zendikar Rising real quick. So we had a new announcement featuring Zendikar Rising, and it's been a little controversial. People have been a little upset by some things, or a little excited. So certainly tell us how you feel down below. But Kyle, what do you think about these new boosters?
These new set boosters are designed for players like you and I, who don't necessarily draft, but we really love enjoying cracking packs.
Yep.
Actually, stay tuned to the end of the video. We're gonna crack a core 21 set. Maybe we'll get something good. Just for fun. And I think the way they have it set up, it's like you get these value cards, and you can also, like, 1 in 5. The art prints are coming back like they were in Modern Horizons, and like 1 out of every, like, I don't know, 100 or something are actually signed by the artist. So that's really cool, is like in terms of like a collector thing.
Sure.
I think they're pretty slick. I think it's a good way to sneak in reprints because they have like a set list of things. I saw that like Muscle Sliver and Pact of Negation are going to be available. So like,
interesting. Okay.
It makes it really, I think it makes it more exciting because people just like cracking packs. Like that's why people watch videos of people just cracking packs. Like
it's true. It's true.
You know, it's
like we're going to do right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You're all going to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's a pretty cool thing, but like I'm also kind of fatigued with like how like trying to keep track of how many freaking types of boosters are.
Yeah.
Boosters, there's like draft boosters, there's regular, like I just like it's so hard to keep track. So I wish they had a different way of like simplifying, like set boosters isn't really a great name either. Like they should have called it like treasure boosters or I don't know, like something.
But they've already got collector boosters.
Mythic boosters. I don't know. There's a million.
Let's name one more thing mythic.
Because Wizards needs more things to name
mythic.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a million things. So, anyways,
interesting.
How you feeling about it overall?
I'm still reserved. I'm still reserving my opinions on it. We'll see kind of once we kind of know a little bit more. I like the idea behind it is interesting. And like I don't draft. Like I think drafting is super fun, but I just don't. And so like having packs that are maybe a little bit more geared towards what I do, which is just open packs to open packs. Like it's kind of a cool idea.
The thing too that I always feel really bad about is like I have all this chafe and like and then I have like a standard, I don't know, like a rare that maybe I won't use or whatever.
Generally, I just hope for like standard value.
When you're drafting, you're getting use out of it.
Yeah.
So anyway, why don't we wrap the show by cracking this pack?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I don't know if you're able to get like the showcase art. I'm very interested to see.
I guess we'll find out.
All right, so here we go. Core 21.
Core 21. Look at that, Chandra. All right, got our arena code that you just showed everybody. Better use it quick, Kyle.
So let's see.
All right.
I can't remember. Is this the rare? Okay, so we got a dope island. We got the Teferi Island here. And then this is the rare. What do we get? We got Kaverick the Spiteful. Other creatures get -1/-1.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I can't see it super well on the video. I don't know if it's quite clear enough.
Sorry. Yeah, so Kaverick the Spiteful, 2 generic, 2 black mana. Other creatures get -1/-1. It's a 3/2. It's kind of a bulk rare.
Yeah. Yep. Womp, womp, womp.
Ooh, they have I did pick up a Village Rites. I got one of those. I got one of those acolytes, Basari's acolyte with the sweet Basari frame.
Oh,
so that's pretty cool.
Very nice.
That I got an Alpine Watchdog, illustrated by Forrest Immel, who is out here in the Pacific Northwest, I think.
Best
this
was
a dud pack. See, and this
is why we need set boosters.
And this is why we need set boosters. So,
all right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining us again. Thank you so much for the 100 subs. Still blown away. Still can't believe it. Thank you. Any closing remarks, Kyle?
None that I can think of right now.
All right. Well, until next time, make sure you have the high ground.
Bye-bye from the Kai Guy.
I have the high ground!